Hey guys, welcome back to the world of English exams. In today's video, we are going to learn how to write a good structure for maps. This is one of the important question types in the academic IELTS writing task 1. So without any further delay, let's start today's video by understanding what are some of the points to remember, how to analyze a given question or a given map, and how to write a good report based on the maps whatever are given to you. So let's start today's video. As can be seen, this is the format of the writing test. The academic writing comprises of two tasks. The first one is called a report and the second one is called an essay. For the report writing, you will be given around 20 minutes of time, and for writing the essay, you will be given around 40 minutes of time. So this sums up to a total of 60 minutes. Remember that no extra time will be given in order to complete these tasks. Then moving on to the general training test. Task 1 in a general training exam is a letter, while task 2 is an essay. So and similar to the academic writing test, 60 minutes of time will be given to complete both these tasks, and you have to make sure that you are completing both these tasks within the time frame. The division of time for the tasks need not be equal. So you can take, let's say, 15 minutes for writing a report and 45 minutes for writing the essay. So or it can be half an hour and half an hour. So it is up to your discretion as to setting the time. Now let's see what are the various kinds of reports that are seen, and what are the various kinds of reports that you have to prepare before sitting for your main test. Okay, so these are the various types of reports that you have to prepare: bar charts, pie charts, line graphs, maps, diagrams, life cycles, flow charts, combinations, and tables. So these are the 9 different types of reports that you have to prepare, and the detailed structure along with an example question and lot more tips for writing the academic exam are uploaded on our YouTube channel World of English Exams. So if you want to see the link for the overview, you can check the description box. Now let us enter into the topic of discussion for today, that is maps. So let us begin the discussion by understanding what are some of the significant points that you have to note while writing this report based on a map. Okay, so the first one, write at least 150 words. However, aim for a word count in between 180 and 200 to be on the safer side. Then the band descriptors. So these are the factors on the basis of which your score will be given. So there are 4 band descriptors which are of equal significance. They give 25% of the score for the writing task. The first one is called task achievement, which is nothing but your ability to fulfill the requirements of the task and answer the question completely without deviating from the central theme. That is called task achievement. Then coherence and cohesion. Coherence basically refers to the ideas that you have generated from viewing the map, and cohesion is a way in which you link these ideas and write them in the form of paragraphs. Remember that the points should never be written independently or individually in the form of bullet points. Always group them up into a paragraph. That is called cohesion. Then lexical resource, the third band descriptor, refers to your ability to use a wide variety of vocabulary while addressing the task. Finally, there is grammatical range and accuracy, which signifies that you have to use different types of sentences such as simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, conditional sentences, if clauses. Those are conditional sentences. Then passive and active sentences and indirect speech and so on. So all these are the main parts under grammatical range and accuracy, and particularly for maps, prepositions are very important. Prepositions are one of the 9 parts of speech which will indicate the positions of nouns. And it is very important to use these prepositions while describing the location of various landmarks that you see on a map. So now let's learn a powerful strategy with the help of which you can answer any essay and any report. So this is called as the power strategy, POWER. These are the 5 steps which will enable you to write a good report. The first stage is planning, wherein you plan what to write and what to avoid. In the second stage, which is organize, you're going to group all the similar ideas together and relate them into a paragraph. Then you start writing. So guys, remember to never start writing directly as and when you look at the question prompt. Please do take sufficient amount of time to analyze and to plan what to write. Then after you have finished writing, you have to evaluate it for any possible errors and finally review it for the word count. Remember, you have to write at least 150 words. There is no upper limit for this. Now let's move on to a very important point about maps. Yes, so as you can see on the screen, there are 2 different types of maps which you need to prepare. The first one is one present map and one future map. Such kind of maps are called predictive maps because the second map is showing the projections towards the future. So what could be done in the future? And here you can see that 2 different maps are given, and one map corresponds to the current facilities or the current layout, and the second one portrays the redevelopment or refurbishment of the current area. Then the second type of map is where a present map is shown and a past map is shown. So it compares 2 different time periods. So these are a very essential part for you to know, because unless and until you analyze the type of map, you cannot use the tenses appropriately. And using the tenses appropriately is the key factor when you are writing a report. Now let's see at sample question, analyze it and start writing the report. So the sample question here is showing a university sports center, and here it is clearly giving that it is in the present, and the second map is showing the future plans. So clearly this map corresponds to the first category of map, which is one present map and one future map. So now let's quickly read the question prompt. The plans below show the layout of a university sports center now and how it will look after redevelopment. So the second map has to be in the future tense and the first map has to be in the present tense. Then while writing any report, we have to summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features, and we also have to make comparisons wherever relevant. And we have to make sure that we are writing at least 150 words. So now, having understood that, let's quickly analyze both these maps and let's see where we can compare and how we can make the summary. So if you look at the first map, that is University Sports Center in the present, we can see that there is a reception area and there is a 25-meter pool. And on either side of the pool, there is a changing room and there is a seating arrangement. And there is also a gym which is seen at the back of the building. Then as you can see, there are directions given north, east, south and west. So clearly towards the east side there is an outdoor court, and towards the west side of the building also there is an outdoor court. So this is the basic arrangement of what I can see at the present layout of the building. Then considering the plans for the future, I can see that definitely a lot of new facilities have been added. The primary ones are the dance studios. I can clearly see that the outdoor courts have been removed, and in the place of these outdoor courts, towards the east side there is a sports hall and there are 2 dance studios and a changing room. Let me indicate it here. So as you can see in the figure, the outdoor courts are completely removed, and in the place of the outdoor court, I can see a sports hall and dance studios and changing room. And towards the western side, I can see that the outdoor court is removed, and in the future, instead of an outdoor court, they are planning to build a leisure pool and a changing room, along with which in the reception area I can see a sport shop and a cafe that are proposed to be built, and the gym is going to be extended or widened. So now this is how I have to analyze a given map. Now let's look at a structure to write a report. So the structure basically is the same for all the reports. An introduction paragraph, an overview paragraph, and two body paragraphs, or sometimes the number of body paragraphs can be 3 depending on the type of report. But here, since I am able to see two maps, I can clearly organize it into two body paragraphs, one for the present and one for the future. Now, I want to show you the structure paragraph by paragraph. So that's the reason I have split it up into the introduction, overview, and the body paragraphs. So what are we waiting for? Let's follow this structure for this question. And in the introduction, all we have to do is paraphrase the question. Let's read the question. The title says, the plans below show the layout of a university sports center now and how it will look after redevelopment. So after I have paraphrased the question, this is how it will look like. The given maps illustrate the current layout of a sports center at a university along with the proposals for its refurbishment. So redevelopment is also called refurbishment. So this is how the introduction looked like. So instead of telling the plans, I have given the given maps. Instead of writing the word shows, I have given the word illustrate. And of course, it is showing two different time phrases. So that's why I have given the current layout of a sports center along with the proposals. So now after the introduction comes the overview. In the overview, I have to highlight the significant features in a brief manner. I'm not supposed to discuss everything in detail. So now let's see how to write the overview. Always begin this paragraph with a cohesive linker called overall. So the minute you write overall followed by a comma, it is an indication that you are starting to write the overview. It is very much clear and it serves as a good indication for cohesion as well. So now let's see what has to be described in the overview. Overall, the center currently comprises of a pool with a changing room, outdoor courts and a seating area. So this is what I could see on this map. So the first figure shows the present layout in which I can see a reception area, a pool, a gym, seating area and changing room with outdoor courts. So that's what I have written in one line, one sentence. Then it is evident that various recreational facilities such as dance studios, leisure pool and a cafe are planned as a part of the redevelopment process. So as a part of the redevelopment process, various facilities would be added like leisure pool and dance studios, cafe, sports shop. As I can see, various new changes are being proposed. So all this I am going to write in the overview. Of course, if you see, I am not writing them in detail. It is just a brief overview. So this is how it has to look like. Okay, then if you see the overview, I have used the words currently in the first sentence and planned in the second sentence, which clearly is an indicative that in the next part of the report, the first body paragraph is going to be in the present tense and the second body paragraph is going to be in the future tense. Now, before I begin the body paragraphs, I would like to test you. So, rather, I want you to write the introduction in your own words by referring to the question, and I will give you exactly 1 minute to look at the title and write the introduction. So, your 1 minute time begins now. 30 seconds up. Okay, fine. So I hope you might have written the introduction. Now let's also see how you can write the overview paragraph. So I hope you understood how to write the overview. You have to highlight the main or the significant points that you see on the current map and the significant changes that are planned for the future. So now I am giving you 2 minutes of time to write the overview paragraph. You can start writing now. 30 seconds up. You have a minute and a half to complete writing it. One minute more. Thirty seconds to go. Fine. So now let's see how to write the body paragraphs. Basically, we are going to divide the body paragraphs into two on the basis of their tense. The first body paragraph is going to be the current layout, and so I am going to use the present tense, and the second body paragraph is going to describe the future plans, and hence the tense is going to be the future. So now let's see how to write the first body paragraph. Currently. So this adverb is an indicator that the whole of the body paragraph is going to be in the present tense. Currently, a 25-meter pool is located behind the reception area. So this is the first thing I write. So behind the reception area, I could see a 25-meter pool. Then what are seen on either sides, I can see a changing room and a seating arrangement. And towards the rear of the building, I can see a gym. Rear is nothing but the back of the building. So that's what I'm going to write here. A changing room and a seating area are present on either sides of a pool, and a gym is located towards the rear of the building. Then not only this, but in addition to this, I can also see that on either sides of the building there are outdoor courts, one towards the eastern side and the other towards the western side. So let me represent that. Additionally, there are two outdoor courts, one on the east side and the other on the west side of the main building. That's it. So if you see, I haven't complicated anything. I have put it up in the easiest way possible so that the reader can understand it very well. Now, it will take roughly 2 minutes to write the body paragraph. Why don't you give it a try? So grab a pen and a paper and start writing it, or you may leave a comment in the comment box below. So your 2 minute time begins now. 1 minute is up. 30 seconds more. Okay, fine. So similarly, now let's start writing the second body paragraph, in which I'm going to talk about the proposals for the future. And let us analyze this second map. So I can see that the 25-meter pool remains as it is, and the reception area also remains as it is. But here I can see that a sport shop and a cafe are going to be constructed. Then towards the left or the west end, I can see that there is a leisure pool in the place of an outdoor court, along with a changing room. And towards the eastern side, I can see a sports hall, a changing room, and two dance studios. Then I can also see that the gym is going to be widened. So these are the points which I'm going to represent in the second body paragraph. And remember, the tense has to be the future. Okay, come on, let's write it. In the future, the gym is going to be expanded. The pool will remain as it is, while the outdoor courts will be demolished. There are plans for setting up a leisure pool in the west wing of the building with a changing room. Two dance studios, a changing room, and a sports hall are planned to be built in the east wing. Finally, a new cafe and a sports shop are proposed to be built in the reception area. Guys, if you notice, here I have used a lot of words that are indicators of the future tense. Let's analyze them. The first one is in the future. So the first word is in the future. The second one is the gym is going to be expanded. Then outdoor courts will be demolished. Then there are plans for setting up a leisure pool. Then two dance studios, a changing room, and a sports hall are planned to be built. So planned also indicates that it is in the future. Finally, a new cafe and sports shop are proposed to be built. So all these are suggesting that they are proposals. They are going to be done in the future. So now please take 2 minutes of time to start writing the second body paragraph as well. You have 1 more minute. 30 seconds to go. Fine. So by now I hope everyone has understood how to write a report based on a map if it is seen like this, and now if I write everything together, this is how the report would look like. So the first paragraph corresponds to the introduction, the second paragraph is the overview, and the last two paragraphs are the body. So now let's quickly read it. The given maps illustrate the current layout of a sports center at a university along with the proposals for its refurbishment. Overall, the center currently comprises of a pool with a changing room, outdoor courts and a seating area. It is evident that various recreational facilities such as dance studios, leisure pool and a cafe are planned as a part of the redevelopment process. Currently, a 25-meter pool is located behind the reception area. A changing room and a seating area are present on either sides of the pool, and a gym is located towards the rear of the building. Additionally, there are two outdoor courts, one on the east side and the other on the west side of the main building. In the future, the gym is going to be expanded. The pool will remain as it is while the outdoor courts will be demolished. There are plans for setting up a leisure pool in the west wing of the building with a changing room. Two dance studios, a changing room and a sports hall are planned to be built in the east wing. Finally, a new cafe and a sports shop are proposed to be built in the reception area. Have you seen that we have not given our opinion here? That is very, very important, guys. So we do not need to give our opinion nor a conclusion. So the overview itself serves as a conclusion here because we are summing up the most significant features that we see on a map. So if you have liked the video, if you have found it useful, please do give it a big thumbs up and share it with all your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel World of English Exams. So till I see you with the next useful video and a very informative one, happy preparation guys.